Undisputed is often praised for its realistic graphical depiction of its boxers, with many fans lauding its complex mechanics and true to life representation of them. However, there is an argument to be made that Undisputed's emphasis on simulating the looks actually detracts from the overall experience and lacks realistic gameplay. This is where the idea of an identity crisis comes to play. Now, as to not rub people the wrong way, let's break that down from both sides. From one point of view, in striving for too much realism, there could be a fear that Undisputed may actually be less fun to play than more arcade-style boxing games. While a realistic simulation of a boxing match may sound exciting in theory, in practice, it can often devolve into a slow, technical affair that is more about managing stamina and scoring points than landing exciting knockout blows. This can make matches feel less like a thrilling, fast-paced bout and more like a strategic game of chess, which may not be what many players are looking for. Additionally, if a game relied on complicated controls and intricate mechanics, it may make it less accessible to casual players. While dedicated fans, kind of like myself, and many other may appreciate that depth of gameplay, the complexity of controls can be overwhelming for those who are just looking for a simple pick up and play experience. In an era where games like Fortnite and Among Us dominate the market, a game that complex may struggle to find a wide audience. Now, of course, there will always be a dedicated fan base for ultra-realistic sports simulations, and Undisputed certainly has its strengths in that department. The game's attention to detail and authentic representation of the sport will no doubt appeal to boxing fans. But which ones? It's important for game developers to explain the identity of their game because it helps potential players understand what the game is all about and whether it will appeal to them. Just like with any product, consumers want to know what they are getting before they invest time and money into it. By clearly communicating the identity of your game, developers can set player expectations and help players understand what kind of experience they'll have while playing. For example, if a game is marketed as a fast-paced, action-packed shooter, players will expect to encounter lots of enemies and engage in high-speed combat. If the game turns out to be slow-paced and focused on puzzle solving instead, players are likely to be disappointed and may even feel like they have been misled. So here's where we are. While Undisputed is undoubtedly an impressive feat of game design, an emphasis has to be made on the overall identity. The latest update has left gamers confused as to what the general direction Steel City Interactive is headed in. You have to choose the idea you plan to build your fan base around, and that concept cannot be vague.